Hey guys, welcome to Horror Movie Rewind. I'm Dustin. Welcome back. Welcome for the first time. In either case, if you haven't done so, really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button below us.
Hope you like what you see.
So yeah, like the title states, going to be talking about some of the most anticipated horror films of 2026. It's a pretty extensive list. I'm probably going to break it down in a couple of different videos. And this one I'm going to start with January and February for obvious reasons. That's where we're at. And these are going to be the ones coming out the soonest. And I got about 4 or 5, and we're going to get started with one that I'm already tired of hearing the phrase, but I am looking forward to seeing the film, and that's going to be Dooba Dooba. Not a huge found footage fan, as I've mentioned before, but this trailer is kind of intriguing.
Monroe, when she was 7, her brother was murdered.
Oh my God.
The killer, though, was never caught, and since then, Monroe's been anxious, I guess you could say.
Now, it does that thing where it shows you all the awards that it's won or nominations it's had at various film festivals, and I kind of take that stuff with a grain of salt. It's also distributed by Dark Sky, that says nothing. It can be great or it can be shit, because that's kind of how I view their catalog. I mean, there's a lot of stuff like Dead Girl years ago, I'm a big fan of. They did a bunch of the Hatchet films, Innkeeper, Deathgasm, which is like a funny horror comedy. And then there's just a bunch of trash and kind of like pseudo ripoff films like the ones you used to see on movie gallery counters whenever a blockbuster would come out. But yeah, beyond that, don't know a lot about it, but I'm interested and I'll see it. All right. So the second film, I'd be a liar. I'm probably not going to see this in theaters, but due to the fact that it's directed by Sam Raimi, and I feel obligated to give a damn and watch every film that he puts out. Yeah, kind of like curious about Send Help. And that's pretty much the main reason. And also one more thing. The trailer focuses, at least the one that I've seen, the first, maybe the main trailer, focuses a lot on her boss being a prick to her, being Rachel McAdams' character, someone I've never really gave a damn about, but we won't even get into that. But focuses on him being an asshole, and while she's walking away, after he's already told her basically she's a loser or whatever, he says something you can't take back. And just a sidetrack for a second, you know, you can say some mean shit to people, and I don't advocate doing so. But, you know, a lot of them are things that they're already aware of. But you tell somebody they stink, more importantly, that they emit a noxious odor, whether it's their breath or their body, that's some hurtful shit. So I am a little bit curious, the fact that, and I'm being facetious, but the fact that they dwelled on that in the trailer made that a point. And then we clip to, you know, the plane wreck and shit. Yeah. See how, like, I want to see how ruthless she gets because he told her that she stank. On February 6th, we're going to have the 473rd version of Dracula. And yeah, it's beating a dead horse. Probably one of the more, like, you know, revisited stories, tropes, etc., in all of horror. And we're definitely going with the Bram Stoker's version in this one. But just from the trailer, the sets look beautiful. Like, and that's not a word you're going to hear me say a lot, but like, I mean, there's no other way to put it. Like, the sets look amazing.
If we succeed in destroying this demon, all those who he's bitten will be freed from the curse.
God sent you here to kill me. God sent me here to save you.
Also, you got Christopher Waltz, one of my favorite actors. He's captivating. And whether he's a villain or a protagonist, the guy playing Dracula, I thought they nailed the casting on it. He just looks the part. And I've seen him in a couple of things. His name is Caleb Landry Jones. And from what I've seen that I remember him being in, he's a pretty damn good actor. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I will see this in theaters. I feel like it's one of those films that you should see in theaters. Yeah, so just got a couple more I'm going to talk about. The next one's actually already out. I think it come out January 2nd. And That's We Buried the Dead. And I am definitely one of those who suffers from zombie fatigue, like bit over. It's just been relentless. It's almost like all the possession movies, whatever. But this one looks a little different. I don't expect it to be groundbreaking. I honestly didn't even hear about it until about a month or so ago. Also, I don't have anything to do on Monday night. My wife's going out with her friend she shares a birthday with. So, yeah, I'll let you know how I feel about it. But I'm going to see it, so I felt the need to talk about it. Next up is another one I'm a little more intrigued by, and it didn't come out till February 20th, I think. And the funny thing about that is I'll actually be arriving right outside of Charlotte at Mad Monster, Carolina. Probably sneak out sometime Friday evening or whatever. Anyhow, yeah, it's Psycho Killer. And if no other reason, I mean, this is Andrew Kevin Walker wrote Seven. That was his. It's, his baby, right? He wrote 8mm, which is a movie I actually liked a lot, and he hated because they didn't do it the way that he intended it to be done. And there's been talk in years recently of maybe trying to do a remake his way. I guess think like, Stephen King, Stanley Kubrick, but that didn't work out so well for Steve there, did it in the 90s. The trailer looks pretty good. It's your typical, like, kind of almost like the True Detective first season, satanic, cultish serial killer. And I mean, not much more than that to take from it, but just the guy that wrote those films wrote this. So for that reason, I'll check it out in February. I'm sure I'm leaving some stuff off that later on, if I go back and watch this, I'll be like, holy shit, because it wasn't on my radar. There's probably going to be some films that come out this month, or maybe not. Oh, well, with that being said, there's obviously one more. It's the movie I'm looking forward to the most of the whole year, regardless of genre. And guess what it is, Scream 7. And for more than just fandom, like, I'm very curious, beyond curious, what the hell they're going to do. Now, if you look through my catalog of videos, there's probably at least 6 dedicated to Scream. It's my favorite franchise. It's just been wild because I've seen them all but the first in theaters. The sisters aren't going to be there, and the other members of the core 4 are, so you have to write them off. We're not going to completely just like wash away what's occurred in the last 2 films. Kind of still confused about why Stu Macher has been like, might as well put, and probably did, a photo of Matthew Lillard as Stu Macher in the middle of Times Square. That is very un-Scream-like. It's not. It seems like it can only go 2 ways for me. And again, I've done videos on this with discussing the cult of Stu Macher that was supposed to be the original plot for the 3rd film and was, the basis for what I thought was going to happen Sam and Tara's characters not existing in this film, or at least not having screen time. But yeah, there's a lot of questions I got going into it. And if it were anyone else but Kevin Williamson, I'd be so afraid they were going to fuck it up. Obviously, Wes Craven, constructed the idea, but the guy who wrote the films, the screenplays, is now directing, and I'm assuming he definitely has say in what was being wrote that he will then direct, right? So I'm not pessimistic. I'm just genuinely curious, and I love this franchise. But I think, again, that kind of goes without saying. Anyhow, guys, appreciate you checking me out. I'll try to throw out another video in the next 2 days or so, and we'll get back to the year-long thing. I don't think we're really in a rush because we still got a month and 3 weeks to go before this part's over with. But nevertheless, thanks again. Horror Movie Rewind. I'm Dustin. We'll catch you next time.